am back. I'm going live, and it's been a really long time since I've gone live. You might have seen me last week where I was introducing the newest mentor teacher in Amy Carrier's classroom, Jasmine. She's incredible, and I'm very, very excited for her to join us in the classroom. And I'm broadcasting live on my personal page today for a couple of reasons. But the big one is I'm going to talk about something personal today. And if you saw my event reminders about my live session today, you saw where I asked, what are you hiding? And I had in brackets, what are you hiding from? So that's what we're going to be talking about. And this is big because I promise you, this is personal for you. It's personal for me. And this is going to really draw you into something about yourself that maybe you've thought about, maybe you haven't. And I've missed doing this. I'm very happy to be here with you all. And I want to say hello to those of you who are joining. And wow, got a lot of people already. That's fantastic. So before I get into this, talking about what I'm hiding, what you're hiding, and what we're hiding from, and why that's the worst thing we can do, I'm going to ask you to share this on your page, because this is huge. This is one of those kind of life secrets, life hacks. This is going to help you understand who you are, why you do what you do, and what you need to do about it. Like, it's that simple. Who you are, why you do what you do, and what you need to do. So let me just say hello to those of you who are here. Thank you for being here. I'm really amazed. There's so many of you, and I just hit the live button. So please tell me in the comments who you are, where you're from. Please say hello, and tell me if you knew about this live broadcast before you joined me. If not, hey, the universe is not hiding this issue from you today, okay? So have you ever thought about what you're hiding? Have you ever really looked yourself in the mirror and said, you know what? There's a secret that I carry, and it's a really heavy secret. And by the way, just so you all know, I look at my phone to read your comments. So that's why I'm looking down here right now. And I am interested in your comments today because I don't have a guest. You are my guests through your comments and through the things that you have to say. So, wow. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kashish. Hello. So many of you. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. Hi, Layla. Hello, Husnain. Hello, Saman. And Husnain says, I don't know. Husnain, you don't know if you are hiding something from yourself or just hiding something. Take a quick look inside. Is there something that you're not talking about? Is there something that you're not doing? So today we're talking about what are you hiding and what are you hiding from? And those are related. That's the thing. The secret is what you're hiding from is that thing that you're hiding. You're hiding it from the world, and that means you're hiding it from yourself. So this broadcast today is not going to be really long because it's pretty simple. And it kind of is going to come from me, tell you what I've been hiding, what I've been hiding from, and the aha moment, the awakening moment that it's given to me. And those of you who know me might know what's gonna come out. Wow, it's starting to feel like this is a coming out video. And in a lot of ways, it actually is. So hello, Bertola, how are you? And Amin and Yasser and Lori. Lori, you should stick around for this and you'll understand in like 2 minutes why you should stick around for this. So tell me in the comments, if you're ready to tell me what you're hiding from yourself, from the world, go ahead and tell me in the comments and we're going to talk about it. If you're not, you can just say, yes, I'm hiding and I realize that's a heavy burden to carry. So I'm going to start by telling you all why I made this my topic for today. A lot of it has to do with the fact, if you've been watching me for a long time, my background is different, right? So I used to be in my office with bookshelves, and I've moved. My life has changed very much for the better, and I've moved for several reasons, but the one I'm going to tell you right now is because I had to move into a place, an apartment, that is ground level and handicap accessible. And for those of you who don't know, I have a chronic illness, and that chronic illness has caused a great deal of nerve damage in my body. And I hide that. I have had this illness for 15 years, and I hide it. And I used to hide it from everybody because I could, because nobody could see on the outside what it was I was hiding, because it was inside of me. But my chronic illness has created a disability in my body that has made it just obvious. If you meet me, you're going to meet me either having been wheeled in a wheelchair or using a walker. My walker is right over here. I want to see a sneak peek. There you go. Here are my handles for my walker. And the thing is, I've been hiding this for reasons that I don't think I fully understand yet, but I've known parts of. And a lot of the reason I am coming out and talking about this today with you all is because we hide things out of fear, just period. Fear, F-E-A-R. And there's a way that some of my spiritual teachers and authors and great thinkers have talked about fear, and it's been helpful to me in the past because it works. Fear is false evidence appearing real, F-E-A-R. Only the problem is my evidence isn't false. I'm not having a fear inside of me. I am actually living in a body that has declined due to this disease and the disability and the damage to my nervous system that it causes. And you know what? I can hide it, because if I don't show you my walker, and if I sit behind a computer screen and I'm not walking in to meet you somewhere, and I'm not trying to write on a piece of paper because the nerve damage has caused my hands to develop a tremor. I am so happy that you all are hitting the like button. I do not like at all, and I do not appreciate the angry button. If you're angry, I don't want you here. You don't want to be here. If you're just clicking all of them just to say, oh my gosh, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, that's great. Just skip that last angry face. I'm not angry. And trust me, when you live in a body that has deteriorated and you've lost your abilities, I used to run. I can't run anymore. I can't walk. I used to do calligraphy and draw and paint. I can't do that anymore. I used to decorate cakes. I can't do that anymore. So I've had anger about that. That's why I don't want to see angry faces, because if you're angry, you don't need to be here. If you are happy, if you love what I'm talking about, then I want to know it. And that's what those little buttons are for. Now, this whole idea of what are you hiding? What are you hiding from? It's been so many years that I have not been public about my illness. I was diagnosed in 2003. So you can do the math from when you're watching this live or whenever you're watching this on replay. I've had this illness for a long time, and the disability has showed up in the last 8 years due to terrible medical treatment and a doctor who gave me a prescription that nearly killed me and triggered so much additional nerve damage in my body. So I've been angry at that doctor. I've been angry at losing anybody who's ever known me and known me as a kid, known me in my childhood, knows Amy is an artist. Amy is a calligrapher. Amy loves writing. Amy has the best penmanship. I have lost that. And for a long time, I was so angry at that doctor because she just flippantly wrote me a prescription. She didn't think about the fact that I already had this other chronic illness. She was my doctor. I already had a chronic illness. I already had an issue in my body. And she gave me a prescription for a medication that has now been taken off the market because it has killed people. I took it. 2 pills. The first pill made me think I was crazy. I was hallucinating. The second pill made me hallucinate more. And I will tell you right now, if you are ever prescribed a broad spectrum antibiotic, you need to stop and look, do the research and ask the questions. Because by the second pill I took of that broad spectrum antibiotic, I got one of those side effects. You know, those side effects of drugs that are written, you know, pages and pages and pages, or when you're watching, I don't watch television, but if you watch television in the evening, here in the United States, it's all marketing for medications. If you feel like this, you might have this illness. And then some guy comes up at the end and talks really, really fast about this might cause this, this, and this, and this, and this. Well, my broad spectrum antibiotic, actually, let me change my language. The broad spectrum antibiotic that I took from my doctor because I was really sick had that side effect of suicidal thought. Not a suicidal person, even though I was diagnosed so many years ago in 2003 with this illness. And I just mentioned a woman who was watching here. I just started an organization for other young women with that diagnosis, that disease. Like, I just do what I do. I just stand up. I just advocate for people. I just build safe spaces. I wasn't angry. I was confused at the diagnosis. I was upset. I didn't live with anger inside my body because I knew if you live with anger chronically, and I've been exposed to people who live with anger chronically, that will cause greater disease in your body. So I knew darn well I can't just be angry about this, but I was angry at that doctor. I wasn't angry at that doctor until years later, because I stopped after the second pill, but I didn't know how much damage was done. Over the course of the next several years, my body started to break down. I went from being a runner with multiple sclerosis to someone who couldn't run anymore after taking, like right away after taking this medication. I couldn't run. I just walked really fast and I couldn't understand why. And then I couldn't write clearly. My writing became chicken scratch. My writing was calligraphy. My writing became chicken scratch. And then my organs started shutting down. I couldn't digest food. My appendix ruptured. My hair fell out. My skin changed because my body was trying to detoxify from this awful toxin. It was a neurotoxin. It was fluoroquinolones. And fluoroquinolones are these broad spectrum antibiotics that are literally designed to just kill any foreign invader in your body. And fluoride is a known neurotoxin. So here I am, someone who has a chronic condition that causes the breakdown of the nervous system, causes my immune system to attack my nervous system. And I have a doctor who gave me a known neurotoxin, which just sped up the process and nearly killed me. So I disappeared for years. I disappeared for years because I couldn't figure out who I was. If I if I have this disease and I can't be out there working a full-time job and building an organization I care about and volunteering and taking care of the people that I love and doing the painting and the writing and the drawing that I care about and dancing and running, if I'm not that, who am I? So you know what I did? I hid. I just hid. Well, if I couldn't really walk, and then I started developing this instability when I walked. So it became dangerous and I had fallen down. I just hid. And it took me so long to admit I need something to help me walk. And then I got my cane. I don't have my cane here, but I would show it to you. And those of you who have met me in person have seen my cane. And I've had several of them. They're all the same. They're clear because, you know, that way it matches with anything I wear. It took me so long. I needed that cane about 2 years before I finally bought it. Instead, I was hiding from myself the fact that I needed help. And while I was hiding that from myself, I was hiding from the world. And then it evolved because that neurotoxin in my body continued to break things down, and it still is today. So it took me a long time to get, in my country, you can get a handicap placard. It's just a thing that you hang up in your rear view mirror in your car that allows you to park in the spots that are closer to the building that you're going to. And you can't park in those spots unless you have, you know, applied with the state government and given the proof of your disability to the state government to get that placard to hang in your window so you can park closer, so that I could do something that I wanted to do with my life. And because I had shut down so many things, and because my body was shutting down, I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the stamina, I didn't have the strength, I didn't have the courage to explain to people why I have a cane, why I parked in a handicapped spot. And now it's worse because the degradation of my body has gotten so much worse. The nerve damage in this body that you see here has caused so many problems and so much loss. And while all of this loss was happening, I just was hiding. And you know, you kind of have to on some level, and anybody out there, if you are hiding a chronic illness, a chronic condition, you just don't have the energy. So if the thing you're hiding is physical, I feel you, I get you. Because, you know, after I finish this broadcast today, I'm probably going to go lay down. This is a lot of energy that is coming out of me to talk about something personal, even though it's just talking, it's just sitting here behind a camera. It's so personal. And it's the thing that I have been hiding in so many ways and hiding from in so many ways, even though a lot of you know, most of you don't. And it's affected my ability. So I moved. I live in a new place. I live in a new community. And I'm meeting new people. And I have to get help to go meet those people in person. So that affects my ability to say, oh yeah, you want to meet me for coffee? Sure, I'll meet you this afternoon. I'll meet you in a couple hours, because I have to plan ahead of time. And I have to have assistance, either from the person I'm meeting with or from someone who's going to help me and take me there. I am so fiercely independent and strong, and have been my whole life for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons that I used to hide. It just doesn't even matter. My life as a child, my life growing up, I used to hide from all of that. I don't care if you know, but that's not the point of this video right now. I don't hide from any of my past. But I realize at my age, I am still hiding from myself in a lot of ways because I am not figuring out what can I do to live in my new reality, in my new body. What can I do to still be Amy Carrier in the world? And you know what? I can tell you right now, those of you who are watching this in Amy Carrier's classroom, and if you're not, you should join because it's freaking amazing. Amy Carrier's classroom is the place I decided while I was hiding to go live and just teach my lessons, teach all the things I used to teach when I was a teacher, when I was wearing high heels and full of energy and walking around the front of a high school classroom for 6 years. I built this amazing curriculum to teach you how to build the life you want, how to build a business, to become the owner of your own reality, to create your own vision for your own life in the world. That's what I'm known for, teaching entrepreneurship. And it took a lot of energy to teach high school, let me tell you. I can't do that anymore. I just can't. So now I work with the people who are teaching high school, and I work with my private clients who are amazing. They want to have their own lives. I don't advertise that I take private clients, but individuals who have read between the lines and figured it out and been referred to me through somebody or some organization or some company who knows what I do, that's how people find out about me. So I still am here behind a screen. And Amy Carrier's classroom is this place where I said, you know what? I want other people to teach the things that I value: leadership, self-confidence, self-awareness, entrepreneurship, visioning, how to do the things that you need to do in our new reality that's just simply not taught in the education system, not taught in our cultures. I mean, our cultures around the world. I don't think there's anyone watching this right now who will watch this in replay who lives in a culture where you are taught from the very, very beginning of your life. Your culture does not teach you that you are born into this world a unique and extremely valuable human citizen, here to bring gifts and talents and abilities and passions and understanding to the rest of the world. And the rest of the world can be your neighborhood, your community, your city, your country, or as many countries in the world as you want to support. Nobody teaches that. Guess what? I want to teach that because I know the world needs you. That's why I started Amy Carrier's classroom. I needed a place to do that. And at this point, there are over 6,200 people from 118 or 19 different countries in that classroom, having free access to the stuff that I believe should be taught everywhere in the world, every culture, every country in the world. Whether you are able to access it at school, in your culture, in your religion, in your household, in your family, or not, you have the right to that information. And I have personally found people I admire all over the world: Brazil, Sweden, Pakistan, South America, Kenya, here in the United States. I have found the most incredible people to come in and teach what they know and are so good at. I want you, sitting wherever you are, watching this on a screen, I want you to have access to their brilliance. I want you to have access to my brilliance. I have enough self-esteem to know that I am an expert at so many things. I'm a leader at so many things. I know this about myself. But you know what? I've still been hiding something. And I can't hide behind that anymore. And it's looking like I have to buy a new car. I need to buy a scooter. I need to have my car adapted to put a lift, to have a scooter in the back of it, so that I can be independent, so that I can leave my new apartment on the ground level, and any home I live in on the ground level, I can get to my car, into my car, and drive wherever I want to drive. I can get a scooter that I can sit in, and I can go sit in a meeting. This is what I'm becoming aware of, because I've been hiding. I've been hiding that from myself. And that is the whole purpose of this video today, to say, I know you're hiding something from yourself, and it's time to stop. And I know that because I know how we were all raised collectively as human citizens on this planet right now. Look around. There is no single country in the world right now that is not having a crisis of leadership, having a crisis of the imbalance between those who have and those who don't, between toxic masculinity in politics, in governments, in religions, in corporate culture, and what's happened to women on this planet for 6,000 years. There is so much imbalance, and I know that the reason we are all living through this at this time is to create the solutions and the new models of what is healthy and fair and equitable for everyone on this planet. And I know I'm part of that. And if you're watching this, you are part of that. And I need you to step up with me and do what needs to be done. I'm not saying you need to come out publicly on a video like this and bare your soul about what you're hiding from yourself or hiding from the world. But I'm saying you have to come to a place of truth and honesty with yourself, so that you find the strength and the courage and the understanding to do what you were born into this world to do. And I know you can do it. I believe in you. And if you don't have enough people telling you that they believe in you, join Amy Carrier's Classroom. You can go to amycarriersclassroom.com, or you can just search for the group on Facebook. This is a place where I have handpicked incredible people I believe in. There are now 3 women teaching weekly for free in my classroom who are all certified in neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. That is how you develop a new language in your own mind. When you are hitting a wall, when you're feeling like, I'm not worth anything, when your self-talk is so destructive, there's a way that you can develop a new way to talk to yourself. It's just reprogramming your mind. Everything is programming your mind. And there are so many people out there and so many courses you can pay for online. It's free in my classroom. Everything is free in my classroom, and everything in my classroom is what I need, what I value, what I think you need just as much as I do. So make sure you join, make sure you learn from these amazing teachers. They all get paid outside of the live broadcast I have asked them to do for free in my classroom. They all get paid. They are experts. They are certified. Many of them travel the world as experts and get paid a lot of money and speak on stages, but they speak to you in my classroom for free. You need that. I need that. Arthi Moore in our classroom, she gives me the strength and the courage when I'm feeling weak, when I'm losing it, because guess what? If you think anybody, any leader is infallible and is perfect and has all of the answers, walk away from that person. You need to find a leader who is open and honest and tells you, hey, I've learned this stuff from personal experience. And I know I'm telling you that, Lisetta in my classroom is telling you that, Arthi's telling you that. We are all being who we genuinely are. And we are teaching you from our own experience. Those are the people you need to look for in life. Those are the people you should trust. Anybody else? No. But more than those other teachers, You have to trust yourself, and you need to be honest with yourself. You need to be real, and you need to stop hiding from yourself. If you hide from yourself, you're hiding from me, the benefit of your beautiful energy, your positivity, your strength in your neighborhood, in your family, in your culture, in your country. You're hiding it from me because we are part of one human collective on this planet. We are literally all souls in different bodies that come from the same place. We're just born into different places, different countries, different color bodies, different sizes and shapes and genders and non-binary genders and genders that change throughout our lifetimes. We're just all here having this personal experience. And that is my whole point. This is it. If you want to check out after this point in the video, you can do that. But this is the point. We all chose this body, this family that we live in, this city that we live in, this religious identity, if you have one. We chose all of these things so that we could have our unique experience, so that we could be challenged, so that we could fall apart, we could be heartbroken, we could be damaged goods. Yes, you selected that family. I had a very, very challenging childhood. I experienced trauma and abuse. I know I chose that. My soul chose that. Would Amy sitting here in front of you have chosen that? No, of course not. But I know that that experience is what gave me the strength to help you, to help me, to understand my calling in this world. I've taught about this before without, telling you these things, but I've taught about this before and said, hey, where you grew up, how you grew up, what your challenges are in your physical body, in your immediate environment. Did you grow up poor? Did you grow up not poor, but lost everything? Have you lost a child? Have you lost both of your parents way too young? Has your house burned down? Have you faced disease or illness? Any of these challenges you have been through are designed to give you the strength and the courage to do work in the world that helps others. That's the only reason I hit this live button today. And I feel honored for those of you, there have been several of you, many of you who stayed with me throughout this entire thing. And I'm going to read your comments. And I appreciate all the hearts that you've been giving me. And I appreciate that you're here. I want you to stop hiding. I want you to stop hiding from yourself. And the thing is, look, I'm public about this, right? And I know who's going to watch this. And there are some people who are going to watch this video whom if I were sitting across the table from them or they were sitting in my living room, I'd feel really, really vulnerable, way more vulnerable than I do right now. I know they're going to watch this. Some people might not even like some of the things that I've said, but you know what? It's my truth. It's not my job to protect other people. It's my job to take care of myself, to protect myself, to honor myself, to live my truth. And in the process, other people learn their lessons. So if you're just watching this as someone who's never met me in person, you might learn your lessons through me as an example. People who know me, people who are being triggered, they're learning through my example. It's not my issue. It's not my problem if they get triggered. If I have the opportunity to help other people, fantastic. But one of the things I've taught in my classroom for a long time is your opinion of me is none of my business. If you love me, great. If you don't, great. If you're on the fence, that's cool. That's your business, not mine. I don't take this stuff personally anymore. I don't. You know what? Life is too short. I've lost too much, and I know you have to. So don't take anything personally. Stop hiding from yourself and go out there and live your beautiful life. As broken, as you may be. Live your beautiful life. And I love you. And thank you for being here. I'm now going to read your comments because you did me the honor of staying here with me and giving me all these hearts and all of these comments. So thank you. And holy cannoli, there are a lot of you. So I'm going to scroll up. And hi, Michael Cillian. Marilyn Davies, how are you, dear? I haven't seen you. Michael Cillian says he agrees. He says, come out, wherever you are. Michael, you know I adore you. Michael, when are you starting to teach in my classroom, my friend? Saad Ismail says, Amy, we can win every situation by willpower. Okay. Alex, how are you? Husnain says, why didn't you case on doctor for giving broad spectrum antibiotics? Okay. To answer that question, and he's asking why didn't I sue the doctor? It's not as easy as you think to do that. Yes, the United States of America is so litigious. Everybody loves to sue somebody. Number one, I don't do that. Perhaps something could happen and, you know, God forbid, I'm not saying I want this, but if it were the right situation, okay, fine. But the thing is, my body fell apart gradually after taking that medication. So watching the body decline and having a chronic illness underlying it, even though I was so healthy before taking these pills, it was complicated. And, you know, the organs shut down. And like, for example, the appendix ruptured almost 3 years after taking that medication. And the legs started to break down and not be able to walk. There's no clear way that I can see now. You know, it wasn't really until about 2015 that I knew without any doubt that it was that medication. But that's 4 years after taking the medication. And honestly, I'm not interested in a long, drawn out legal case. The medication's been taken off the market. It has killed people. It made a grandmother in her 60s who was very happy. She was at a place in her life where she had a whole bunch of little grandbabies. You can search about this. You can search fluoroquinolones, grandmother commits suicide. This grandmother took her own life because of this medication. And I get it, because by the second pill, I had a clear plan of how to kill myself. I knew exactly what I needed to do. And I was hallucinating. I was seeing the most horrifying things I would never, ever, ever speak out loud because they were horrifying. That was what anytime I closed my eyes, I couldn't sleep for days because of it. Because when I closed my eyes, I would have these nightmarish visions constantly. These are all listed as known side effects. And it's just not as easy as you would think to make that case. If somebody thinks it is, let me know. But I appreciate your question nonetheless. Let's see, other comments, other questions. So someone has put the link to the classroom. Thank you, someone. You can put it again. Thank you, everybody. Let me scroll down to the bottom. I tried scrolling up to the top, but I think some of you weren't here. So Lisetta, who's one of the other mentor teachers in the classroom, she says, accept the gifts in this classroom. It's here to grab you by the leads to your personal growth. It's totally true. And Lisetta is fantastic. She just taught this morning, a few hours before I did. And Saad Ismail says, Amy's a really wonderful person. Thank you, Saad. Hello, Albert. Albert is he's the mentor teacher I mentioned. He's in Kenya. Hello, Mara Khan. She says, hey, gorgeous, long time no see. I know. I've been going through a massive transition in my life. I've moved. Everything in my life has changed. So I have not had the opportunity to go live. And I was having some challenges with my health, and I took care of myself, which is what I'm telling all of you to do. And if you know me, if you've worked with me, I'm always saying that the number one thing is you taking care of your health. That is your priority, always. All right, Shazab Khan, hello, my friend, how are you? Lisetta says, beautiful spoken, Amy Carrier. It's all about compassion for each other. It absolutely is. Amanda Lee, if you're still here, my dear, it's great to see you. Amanda used to be one of my high school students in the classroom, and now she's this incredible teacher herself. Hi, Sandy Carrier, how are you? Saad Ismail responded to Lisetta's comment as well. Lisetta, he says, hi, man, great to see you here as well. See, this is the thing, it's a community. Lisetta is another one of the teachers in my classroom, and Saad recognizes her, and he's speaking to her as well. And Saad, wow, Saad, so many comments from you. He says, I really appreciate your work, Amy. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know it's not just that I believe in the blessings from other people and the prayers and the energy sent from other people. I know that it works. It has helped me to heal. So thank you, Saad. I really appreciate that. He says, absolutely true. Nobody teaches nobody teaches that you are valuable to this world. He said he was targeted all the time by people. You know, Saad, I hope that you are finding your strength. Jasmine, are you here right now? I don't know when you popped in, but I see that you're here now. Hello, Indine. How are you? Indine, if you have the opportunity to see Tony again, give her a hug for me. I miss her. Hi, Johnny Earl. Johnny, if you're still here watching, congratulations on your new family. That's amazing. Okay, so Rabia, hello, my dear. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm scrolling up. I'm seeing so many people. Rahman says, hello, Professor Amy. Oh, thanks, Rahman. How are you? Sarish, I've missed you, dear. You always come in here. PJ, hello. PJ is another mentor teacher. He's in China, and he often broadcasts, or I know that there's a plan for him to broadcast with Julia Neiman, excuse me, who's in LA. They've got something cooking, and it should come out probably November. And they will teach you how to start a business. Oh my gosh, will they teach you how to start a business? Steve Barron, are you still here? Say hi in the comments again if you're still here. I miss you. I'm going to come up there very soon and see you guys. Husnain says that's a very heavy burden to carry. Wow, these are, you know what, I will go through these comments afterwards. There's so many, and I know a lot of them are to me personally, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I'm just going down here to the bottom. I also saw, who did I see? Oh, where did she go? The comment, like, they cut off. I can only scroll up so far. But Cynthia, are you still here? I saw that you were writing some long comments, but Facebook won't let me scroll up any higher. So Cynthia, dear, how are you? I will read the comments after I finish this live broadcast. And to those of you, if you have any questions about anything that I said, I'm here. I want to hear them. I'm sorry for looking down. I'm looking at my phone. I'll hold it up a little higher. I would love your questions, any thoughts you're having right now, if there's anything. And I'm checking the time. Yeah, I've got a few more minutes. I'll stay here with you all. Someone, thank you for posting the link. Saad Ismail says, I'm always thinking in my mind, God chose those who have the strength. And I think that that's my strength. It is. So Saad, I'm not asking you to say anything, but are you hiding something? Are you hiding from something that you need to be doing? Because reading between the lines of your comments, my friend, it sounds like you've had to have some strength. You've gone through some difficult things. And if not, Maybe you know other people who have, and you've just recognized that in them. Abdul Hadi says, I've always tried to hide myself from my fear, and I've also tried to hide my fear. So, Abdul, what can you do differently? Tell me in the comments. What can you do differently starting now? Please, I want to know. Saad says, yes, Amy, I have to find my strength and not give up. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. Albert says, Amy, you are so very strong in this, and you can only become more and more strong moving forward. We have you covered. Yay! Thank you, Albert. So here's for those of you who aren't members of the classroom yet, for those of you who haven't seen our huge global video, myself, along with all of the other mentor teachers in the classroom, there are 14 of us, we get together 4 times a year on a Zoom meeting, all 14 of our faces on the screen, and we catch up and we talk and we meet whoever new I'm bringing into the mix, and we lift each other up, and we feel so close because we know so much about each other, and we're all friends with each other, even though most of us have never met in person. Almost all of us have never met in person because we're scattered all over the world. But like I mentioned earlier, Arthi and I have had phone calls, and that woman has brought me up out of the depths when I'm really struggling with something. She's there for me. And if you are missing her live broadcasts, you are missing a lot. So thank you for saying that. And Albert's amazing. Look, I asked Albert to come in and join what I'm doing. Albert is teaching young people in Nairobi. And I worked in Kenya. I love Kenya. If it were up to me, I would spend so much more time in Kenya, and I miss it. And I love Kenyans. He is there doing the work that I believe in, teaching young people how to turn their passions into something that builds a living for them, a life for them. So Albert, I adore you and thank you for this message. Mara Khan says self-care is important, and sometimes recognizing how to progress forward requires us to step back and reflect. Yes, and you know what, Mara? You just summarized, while I've been gone, that's what I've been doing. So all these months that you haven't seen me, I've been doing what Mara just described. And you know what? It's not like it's one and done. You have to do it over and over and over in your life. That's the self-care. That's the self-awareness. That's the self-growth. That is stepping into your strength, wisdom, knowledge, abilities on a deeper level, and then a deeper level, and then a deeper level. Make sense? So let's see. I'm loving your comments now. Okay. So Saad says, I'm glad to be a part of Amy Classroom, this platform to knowing your inner strength. Thank you, Saad. I'm happy to have you here. Malang Baba says, I am hiding from myself. My past hurts. Malang Baba, I feel you, my friend. I feel you. But don't let that pain from your past prevent you from building a future, a life, a present moment that is you loving you, you honoring you, you taking care of yourself. And to those of you who had difficult childhoods, it's time for you to be your own mama and your own papa and take care of yourself. Man, the damage of difficult childhoods, how it messes us up. But like I said, it's your curriculum. It's here for you to learn how to overcome, how to become the amazing, strong, wise person you can become. Doesn't matter how messed up you were. It doesn't matter what you've been through. I've been through a lot, a whole lot. You can get through it. I know you can get through it. I believe in you. You are my brother. You are my sister. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter if we've ever met in person or spoken or even had a chat online. You're still my brother or my sister. And some of you are my aunties. And some of you are my little niecelets. And even if you're my auntie or my niecelet, for those of you who know me, I have 2 nieces and I absolutely adore them. There are so many kids in the world who I love. They're not mine. I did not have my own children, but I've had a lot of kids in this world that I have taken care of, protected, loved, taught, helped to bring up. It's time for you to do that for yourself, my friend. Any of you, it's time to do that for yourself. Lisetta says, the emotion of our past is not the foundation to build your future destiny on. That's right. So make sure you tune in for Lisetta because she's teaching you how to build your future destiny. In fact, today and last week, she taught very important lessons on this. So go back and watch those replays. You can get them all in Amy Carrier's classroom. And you can get all of my replays as well on my YouTube channel, Amy Carrier Empowers. And this is incredible. I'm looking forward to going back and reading all these comments. Saad, my friend, it's clear you're sharing so much here through these comments. You've got it. You've got it within you. And I think you're ready. It does help other people when you do this. And that's the thing. I think this is the last point I'm going to make. So I'm setting the phone down to look at you all. We are all brothers and sisters. And therefore, we all live for each other. I'm here because you're there. None of us were born onto a planet to be alone. Like, if you've ever been alone for an extended period of time and it wasn't your choice, or even if it was your choice, you kind of realize this isn't good. It's not healthy. I'm not happy. I need people. So the way that works is we are all here to share what's in us, who we are uniquely, to help others. I'm another you. Hey, in my next life, yes, that's my belief. It's my knowing. We live multiple lifetimes. My next lifetime, I could be born into your country, in your culture, in your skin color, in your religion. Who knows? There's no difference between you and me. So please be yourself, shine your light, spread more love in this world. It's what we need. And thank you to everybody who was here and shared these amazing comments. And I just want you to go find a way out from your own shadow. Step into your own light, because that's what's on the other side, is your own light, your own truth. And I believe in you. I see you already, even if you haven't done it yet. I know somebody else, and probably many somebody else's, need you to be fully you. And to step out from behind what you're hiding and what you're hiding from. Okay? I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for joining Amy Carrier's classroom and becoming the best version of yourself that you can be. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.